Welcome back to Red Star Raceway and the final bit of action from the Regional Extreme Festival. It's Car Care Clinic Superhatch about to go to battle. 15 cars on the grid and some fights expected between classes A, B and C as always. A couple of Hondas missing from the front end of the grid. Most notably is Jonathan de Toy. Keep an eye out on the big fight expected between Leonard Archer, Francois Henning and Devin Piazza Musso as he steps up into that car for this weekend. It's going to be a big fight between the Class A competitors, and Superhatch is about to kick off. Lights are on as they go off. We go racing down towards turn 1 here at Red Star Raceway. 4 kilometers of circuit to play with, 13 corners, and here we go. And a ready action. Oh, across the line, big problems. A couple of cars coming together. It looks like Tony Himes might be one of them. And coming together with Jean van der Walt, the two of them ending up in the tyre barrier against the Suzuki barrier. And that is a huge moment there for those two drivers. You can see that's not exactly how they expected it. I know exactly how that car feels. I've ended up in a Peugeot myself, just like that. But the red flag has been called out. And they're the two drivers out the car. Fortunately, both okay. Let's catch up with them now to find out exactly what went wrong.
I got a gap down the middle, I went for it, straight line. Just somebody hit me from behind, spun it around, and next minute John was with me.
Let's find out from Jean van der Walt his point of view.
We were driving, it was me, Andre was between us, Tony was on the outside. The next minute someone turned Tony, he was right across from me and I just T-boned to the side of him, and then we just decided to climb up the fence. Good fun.
Motocrossing.
Yeah, motocross is a contact sport, Tony. The other one isn't. Car Care Clinic, Superhatch, certainly don't want contact like that. That I can tell you. But we'll wait and see now what happens with a slightly depleted field heading towards turn 1. It is a much better start this time, and everybody stays on track. And let's see who's going to have what it takes to beat out the front end of Class A. Heading in there, it looks like Stoltz might have just got the whole shot there and hangs on. The PAR Pro Auto Rubber machine there of Andre Danhauser is under attack already from Leonard Archer. Leonard Archer's had a very good day today, so he's going to look to try and take what he did in Triple One Sports and Saloons and put it into the Superhatch category as well. Seto Naidu in the Transavia Racing Honda Civic behind Stoltz. And then you've got Danhauser. Danhauser's trying to close him down as quickly as possible. Coming through the field there is Danhauser bringing along for the ride. You can see just in the background the ACD Honda. Hyundai this time, a Honda Hyundai. They've got 2 brands of H in their stable this time, but this time of course he is driving the Hyundai, and it's a nice new livery that they've got on that car as well there for ACD Velcom. Watch out for Leonard Archer making his way to the front end. He goes around the outside. He's got a bit of pressure coming from the second of the Hondas, and then the rest of the pack start to sort things out. In that pack, watch out for Francis Aldrich, and look out for Christian van Wyk coming through as well. The 99 car there of Nick Martin didn't quite get the start he wanted, but watch out for the progress of the Peugeot coming through the field. Remember, he'll be looking for honours in Class B. Looks like Ishmael Beloy also didn't get quite the start he wanted in the third of the Hondas. He's right at the back of the pack and got a huge amount of work to do and a large mountain to climb there, that's for sure. Not a lot of mountains around this particular area, but there is a bit of undulation as they go into the dog bone section now. It drops away ever so slightly, probably about 2 or 3 meters down, and then into the bottom section, into the kink, which brings you onto the big, fast back straightaway here at Red Star Raceway. And brings you to the closing stages because this is turn 11. We've got 12 and 13 to do at the top of the straight. Seto Naidu under a bit of pressure there, and you can see just how hard he's having to push with Piazza Musso on his tail. And then they come onto the back straight away. And it's a Class B battle that is starting to rage there with Piazza Musso. Piazza Musso is really getting to grips with this category. It's great to see him there. He's also got the hot 1027 livery on the side of his car and looking for honours in Class C. So Class Bs and Cs mixing it amongst each other, and the Class A competitors getting away ever so slightly from them. Just behind that, Aldrich dives on the inside, finds a way past and makes up one position, getting through on Christian van Wyk. Van Wyk trying to return the favour. That's a little bit of livery put onto the wheels of that car as well, giving a little bit of an effect on the turning of those wheels. But no worries at all here for Stoltz at this stage. The Pretorian Toyota here in Delmas looks like it might be doing exactly what he did only a couple of weekends ago at Zwartkops. He was a dominant factor there, and it looks like he might be the dominant factor here today as well. That's if Andre Danhauser has got nothing to say about it. Danhauser has closed in rapidly there in the Opel Corsa, and the Pro Auto Rubber man is certainly putting the rubber down here to close in on that Toyota. There's a big fight here between first and second place, and the gap has come down dramatically between what Stoltz had in hand and now what Danhauser has done to close it down. Coming through and looking for a chance now to go out of turn 5 into turn 6 at the bottom of the short straight. Behind them, closing in rapidly, is Leonard Archer. He's left both Darren Gunnison and Setenadu behind, and they're into the clutches of the hard charge coming from Class B's Devon Piazza Musso. Class C's actually Devon Piazza Musso. Class B just ahead of him there. That's how tight it is between these categories. And they're starting to rub. Here we go. Up the inside comes a big move from Danhauser, and he takes the lead. So Andre Danhauser hits the front for the first time. Stoltz going to try and come back at him. Carl Stoltz is going to definitely not be happy about that. Oh, a little bit of problems on the braking there for Setenadu. That opens up a chance there, and a bit of a change-up between the two of them as Duran Gunnison and Naidu are going at it, chopping and changing between the two Trans-Africa Racing Hondas. Down into the bottom of the dog bone now goes the Pro Auto Rubber Opel Corsa. And looking to open up a bit of a margin there is Andre Danhauser. Danhauser now has hit the front and wants a little bit of breathing room. 25, that is Devon Piazza Musso, leading Class C at this stage, and looks like he might have it in the bag there for Class C. He's actually moved himself right into contention for an overall as well. Oh, problems there for Danhauser. Danhauser's got a problem. Danhauser's broken. Andre Danhauser had a bit of a problem coming out of the second last corner, and he pulls to the sideline and off the circuit. Let's catch up with him down in pit lane and find out what went wrong and how happy he is about the category.
We're very happy with how the field's looking. We're actually a bit low for this weekend. Guys had some troubles with their cars. One guy's got an injury. So we're hoping he gets well soon, Kenneth. But apart from that, field's looking very good for today. I'm expecting some really good racing. With a grid reversal, it's obviously going to make things very, very interesting today. I think we're in for a cracker.
Coming back with the action, and looks like a bit of a problem there with Carl Stoltz giving Leonard Archer the possible victory here in Class A. Stoltz has pulled to the sideline in the Pretoria North Toyota, and issues for... driving the wheels off the car. That's Setenadu with one of the Trans-Africa wheels running down towards the cattle farm at the bottom end of the circuit. So that is definitely not what he wanted. That is for sure, with only half a lap to go. ACD Valcom going to be at the top step of the podium again, and Leonard Archer has had a phenomenal outing here at the Delmas circuit of Red Star Raceway. He's going to finish up at the top end of Superhatch and Class A. Henning is going to come through, and what an effort there from him to finish up in Class A second place. But how's that? Third overall is Devon Piazza Musso in a Class C car. What a bit of driving there from Devon Piazza Musso, beating out Francis Aldrich, Duran Gunnison, Christian van Wyk, Nick Martin, Freddie Watkins, and Ishmael Beloy. Let's catch up now with Setten to see what went wrong.
I saw a wheel go off, and then I said, let's try and finish the race in three wheels. Why not? Unfortunately, the pace wasn't there, and the marshals pulled me off.
We're looking to resume that battle, I'm sure, in race number 2. But Trans-Africa Racing is certainly being well represented here. The sun is setting, and we're getting into the closing stages of the race day. It's our final bit of action now, coming out of Car Care Clinic Superhatch. And with a couple of cars not being able to make it back to the grid after some battle scars and some damage, it's a slightly diminished field that we see heading down towards turn 1. Ishmael Beloy with a very poor start of the line there, exceptionally slow down towards turn 1. But it is Henning who gets the whole shot ahead of Archer. Around the outside comes Danhauser. Looks like they've got that Pro Auto Rubber Opel Corsa sorted out. And then it's the 7-7 of Christian van Wyk, who looks like he's just got the advantage over Nick Martin. Aldrich starting to put the pressure onto Martin as they go into turn 2. A double right-hander that comes out of turn 2 that goes into a double left-hander at turn 3. Late braking and lifting the wheels off there from Archer's point of view to keep in touch with Henning as they go towards 4. Look at that, into the sunset they're going to be racing. It's going to affect the drivers ever so slightly though, not in this part of the circuit, but as you get down with the brakes into turn 6, and then of course heading into the exit of the dog bone, that sun's going to be right in your eyes. And a couple of drivers might have decided to put the visors back onto their helmet, give them a little bit of better visibility. Nick Martin under pressure there from Devon Piazza Musso. What a turnaround from this young man. Absolutely brilliant stuff for him to be out there in a Class C competitive car and fighting it with Class A and B competitors. Certainly showing that that Hot 1027 sponsorship that him and Sharice van der Merwe have picked up are definitely paying dividends. As they come out of turn 6, it's the hairpin that takes them to the dog bone. And Henning is hanging on. Archer's got no answer at this stage. But looks like Pro Auto Rubber Danhauser is on a flyer. Oh, as he gets out of shape again. I want to give him the commentator's curse again, but Andre Danhauser has pushed hard all race 1 and then ended up in tears with him on the sideline where he found out that the battery terminal had actually broken off on the battery. So basically the charge had run out of the car and it had no more power. Well, there's certainly some power coming out of that Hot 1027 car of Piazza Musso. He's making his way through the field again, as we saw in race number 1. And can he get back up into a potential top 3 again? We'll wait and see. Right now the battle's on, and it's between Henning and Archer. As they get onto that back straight away now, watch out for the turn of pace coming from the Opel Corsa. Just seems to have great top-end speed on the straightaway. It's a kilometre-long straight, so there's a lot of time to close in, and he does just that onto the back of the Hyundai. as the Hyundai does the same thing onto the back of the Polo. So top three, they're fighting hard. Here comes a move from Piazza Musa, trying to find a way through there on Martin. Martin's got some work to do. He's got a little bit of ground to make up on Christian van Wyk. He's just up the road from them, and then it's Aldrich tucked in behind the three of them as they cross the line and complete another lap. Here comes a move for the lead, possibly from Archer. He's on the inside, locks up, goes into turn one, has to break out of it. Here comes Danhauser around his outside. Andre Danhauser looking to try and squeeze around the outside. He'll have the outside line here for turn two, but it'll be the inside for turn three if he can keep it wing mirror to wing mirror as they come out of it. But Archer knows what to do there and just forces the car to the left-hand side. And that means Danhauser had to come out of it ever so slightly. But then he makes a mistake on the brakes. So it's not over yet between these three. Anything can go, and in Superhatch, it's usually what happens. At this point of the day, at the end of a great race day, there's no holds barred here in Superhatch, and that's what's happening for Class A honours here for the top three. Come through and going through into turn 5. Big triple left-hander. A little bit of wide running there from Danhauser. Same thing from Van Wyk. Change up for fifth place now. Yes, up into fifth place. It is Piazza Musa. He's got through on Nick Martin. Nick Martin's gone. Nick Martin's gone missing. There's been an issue there. Nick Martin's dropped back slightly, and I don't think he's going to have an answer here. That's Freddie Watkins a bit further back, but Nick Martin has definitely dropped right out of this one, and it's allowed Devin Piazza Musa up into the top and possibly still in with a chance of a top three. Let's see what's going to happen here in the closing stages. We can see it's nothing in it between these guys as they go at it. Class B up for grabs, Class C up for grabs. And coming through there, the 168, that is, of course, Francis Aldrich looking for second place in Class C. There is Martin, parked on the sideline, the Rex different gearbox machine, parked on the sideline in the Peugeot. He's got it going again, so whatever the issue was, he's probably had it fired up. Here comes a big move on the inside from Danhauser. Didn't quite work out. Tagged the inside of the Hyundai, and he falls right into the clutches of the 7.7 of Christian van Wyk coming along for the ride. Van Wyk possibly got better drive onto the straight. We know how quick that little Polo is, or the little Corsa is, onto the back straightaway now. And coming to the checkered flag now as the sun is setting. What an awesome shot there from our cameraman. As they come through now, it's going to be a win here for Francois Henning. He's going to take it over Leonard Archer. And let's wait and see what's going to happen in the background as they come to the line. Here we go. Henning takes it from Archer. Piazza Musa squeezed through to third place. And there you can see in third place on the graphic, it's Piazza Musa from Van Wyk, Aldrich and Watkins, Beloy, Govender, and Danhauser with some problems in the closing stages. After another great day at Red Star Raceway, join us at Swartkops on the 11th of June for the next round of the Regional Extreme Festival. All this Extreme Festival action is proudly brought to you by Paybar, Volkswagen Challenge, Car Care Clinic, and BMW M Performance Parts and their associate sponsors.